All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Tiffany Fontenot, and we are here, a literacy space for Black boys and young Black men. Have a very special guest today, and that guest is Aiden Taylor, the author of Me and My Afro. Thank you for being with us here today, Aiden. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. So let's just start off with a few basic questions before we get into it. What grade are you in?
I'm going to the seventh grade in the fall.
Okay, seventh grade. And what are some of the fun things that you're going to be doing this summer?
Probably playing a lot of basketball and reading.
Okay, reading, that's great. And let's see, here's one thing. I guess we can get into your book a little bit here. Can you talk about how this story came about and how you thought like, hey, I can write a book and I'm going to do this. What happened? Tell me the story.
So it's a really interesting story. It was in the fourth grade and everybody was like, cut my hair and cut your hair. It's so low. It's a lot of hair. You should cut it low and it doesn't look nice. And then my mom always told me it looks very nice. So it just popped up because I said I wanted to read a book. Write a book. I wanted to write a book. And my mom said, write down three topics. And one of the topics was self-love. And yeah,
So important. And that's important because we don't see a lot of books, especially written by young Black men, about their hair and things like that. So that's what I thought was awesome. So when you were writing it, what was like some of the fun parts about writing it, and what was some of the hard parts about writing it?
well, it was not hard, but the fun parts was when I told the illustrator the exact image that I wanted and it looked exactly what I was talking about. So that was the fun part.
Yeah. So your illustrator, is it Tana Tia? How do you pronounce? I think that's how you pronounce her name. I'm not sure.
Yeah, Sanity.
So how did you describe how you wanted, like to look as a character?
I was like, put a boy with an afro, and then after he did that, I gave him a picture of me, and then he decorated my face, and then that's what made that.
He's amazing, by the way, because I mean, I really loved it. It's very anime, very cool. So he's a very amazing. My apologies for the wrong gender, but he was an amazing illustrator. So I want to talk to you also about um, like kids writing books. Why do you think more kids should write books?
Because everybody has a story, like where they came from. So I think that it's important to like tell that story so people can hear your story.
Most definitely. And what advice would you give about writing your story? Any tips about like, the little things about, the story elements, anything like that? What would you give as tips?
Don't give up and keep on going, even if it's like challenging, keep on going. And yeah, you'll succeed.
That's awesome. What kind of books would you like to see more of?
Self-love books, definitely.
And besides Me and My Afro, what's your favorite book?
So when I was little, my favorite book was Pete the Cat, but now my favorite book is One Crazy Summer.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah. So do you like to read a lot, or how is it hard sometimes, or what are your feelings about reading?
I love to read. It's the best.
Okay. And what's gonna be next for you? So you have this one book. It's great, great story. What's next for you?
Well, in a couple of weeks, maybe like 3 weeks, another book is gonna come out, and it's about like different types of jobs, and it's called When I Grow Up,
Mhm.
and it has a blue cover, and yeah.
That's pretty awesome. So what does it feel like being a famous author?
It's like I do everything that everybody else does. I brush
Mhm.
my teeth, wash up, go to school, eat breakfast. It's
Mhm.
like busy.
Mhm. Let me ask you a question that's maybe kind of serious and let me know how you feel about it. A lot of times, especially teachers and things like that, or librarians, sometimes they see young black men and they say, oh, you know, they don't read or they don't like to, read or go to the library and things like that. How do you feel about that?
It's like racial profiling. Like
Mhm.
not everybody does not read. Not every black person does not read. Some black men read and some black men don't, but it's not okay to, you know, judge a book by its cover.
Exactly. And that's why I love having you here because you're showing people, look at me, not only do I read, but I write too. That's what's awesome. So I wanted to publicize where people can find your book because we need more of your book in libraries, in schools, and things like that. So where can they find your book?
On Amazon,
Mhm.
and I also have socks.
You have
So
socks.
yeah, I have socks.
That's pretty cool.
Amazon.
So they can get that on Amazon too.
Yeah,
And I also saw that they can get your book on Barnes and Nobles too, I believe. And if they want to find you on social media, because maybe some kids want to ask you questions, can they find you there?
yes. On Instagram, Me and My Afro books.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think you have a Facebook page too called Me and My Afro, right?
yeah.
So what I'm hoping too is this will be seen in October. I'm hoping that kids, if they have questions, they can get in contact with you and ask the questions and maybe talk about how much they like your book and things like that. So thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me today. You are an awesome kid, an awesome young man, and I wish you the best of luck in the future with anything that you decide to do.
Thank you.
All right, you take care.
Bye.
All right, bye bye.